Hey everyone, Noah Nagel here from OfferREI. This is a longer version of the quick start. Okay, so I'm going to be going through everything you need to know about the tool at a much slower pace. If you just want to get started right now, look for the quick start guide. It should be right above this video on the help page. But let's get into it. So let me go full screen here. When you first log in, it's going to probably put you on the help page, which is hopefully where you're watching this video right here. This is just kind of a text version and video version of how to actually use the tool. If you struggle to find it, it's a little bit smaller than the other buttons here. It's down here on the left. It says help. If you're on mobile and you're trying to use this, there's something called a hamburger menu. It's like 3 lines stacked on top of each other at the top right. Just click on that and then you should have a link to get back here. But let's get into it. So the first time you log in, you're going to need to get subscribed if you want to actually look up properties and generate documents. So if you're here and you haven't subscribed yet and you're skeptical, you're welcome to watch this video. But on the landing page, so at OfferREI.com, right below the landing page video, there is a place where you can try it out for free. You don't get to change any of the details of the document, but you can put in a property address, whichever house you'd like, and it's going to send you something called the showcase, which is just a sort of a sample pack of the different kinds of things you can do with OfferREI. So if you're not subscribed yet, and you can either watch this video or the quick start video, or get your free sample pack and take a look at it. So one thing I do want to point out right now, the sample pack is going to send it to you as a PDF. That's not how it's going to work for the actual offers you generate with OfferREI. The reason is that I found in beta testing that a lot of people would fill out the form and get their sample pack, but it was as a Word document. And most people are predictably using iPhones in the US. And so iPhone doesn't have a straightforward way to open a Word document. However, Safari can open PDFs, and PDFs are much easier to open by a lot of software. So it just gets converted to a PDF. But in practice, when you're actually working on this, it's going to give it to you as a Word document just because everyone can, in theory, use Word, right? So Macs generate with you can open it with Pages. Windows, you can use Word itself, and you can use Office 365 or Google Docs to manipulate the Word documents as well. So it's just a lot more easy to edit, a little bit harder to view. So I'd recommend if you actually generate an offer before you send it off to the seller through email or whatever, make sure to save it as a PDF. That's just going to be a little bit more diplomatic for sellers. So anyways, you can subscribe here with this button. You can also manage your subscription here. So if you were to click on this, it's going to take you to Stripe portal. There you can edit your cards, you can change your billing address, you can see your invoice history and receipts, and you can unsubscribe if you'd like. But over here on the right, we have the business profile. So I'd recommend filling this out, especially if you're intending on using the templates we give you. It'll just make it look like it's your own. You don't have to do this necessarily, but it's there for you. You can also log out on this page. So this yellow button right here will let you log out, and you can also see which account you're logged in on. And if you wanted to permanently delete your account, you can do that here. So that's permanent. Don't do it unless you have a good reason to. All right, so let's get into, I have a full video on templates already. You're welcome to watch that, but just in case you needed to know, you can click on these 3 dots on the left, and then you can download, rename, or delete your templates. So I have a full video on how to upload and create templates, so you're welcome to watch that. But then once you upload a template, you can use it. So let's go to the properties, and I'm going to go through the process of, well, first actually, I'm going to show you how you can go skip straight to the generation side. So once you have a property already, you can just click the property over here, and it'll take you straight to where you can generate your offers. But let's say you wanted to add one fresh. So click Add a New Property at the top. And I'm going to put in the house we're trying to sell. Not the best street view, but this is a full-fledged Google Maps interface, so you can use it to make sure that you've got the right property. You got the little guy here for the street view image. So hit Confirm Property, and it's going to look up some information. So here we go, some basic property details. The details of this actually don't matter a whole lot, but anyways, so hit Create a Document, and it's going to take you here. And it's going to bring over the estimated market value. So I would encourage you, if you're actually using this for legitimate offers, make sure to run comps and use that instead. You could think of this as a little bit like a Zestimate. And so, okay, so repair cost estimate, we're at 25,000. I'll keep that. And then you've got the ability to switch between cash and creative. So on the left, you can change your cash discount and your assignment fee if you're intending on wholesaling it. And you can click over here on creative and update the details for a creative offer. So just a side note on the math. There's a few different ways that people run MAO, but some people tend to get messed up on is the order of operations. So just to be completely clear about the way we do it and the way you probably should do it, you take the market value, okay, the ARV, and you multiply that number by your cash discount. Okay. Some people take the repairs first. You don't do that. You take the full market value and then you subtract your cash discount and then you subtract the repairs. The reason for that, if you get that order wrong, it doesn't give flippers enough of an incentive to work on properties that require a lot of repairs. All right. So you want to do the discount first. And that just makes it a meatier deal for the flippers. Otherwise, you end up in a situation where more expensive repairs ends up hurting you in terms of profit. So make sure to take the discount first, and that's how we do it. So, and then the assignment fee, obviously. So on the creative side, we have a discount here, and the reason for this is that a lot of people who are doing seller finance offers, they take a certain amount off the top if the seller wants a down payment, right? So and I'll show an example of this under the multi-tier. So look at offer number 2 on the multi-tier. We take 5% off in exchange for a 5% down payment. And just to be clear again about how the system operates, the down payment is figured based on the discounted amount, not the full market value. So if you take 5% off, then the down payment is figured after that. Then you've got your interest rate, your amortization term, and your balloon term. And by the way, if you have a use case where this is inadequate for you, you need some extra stuff, you want to change the way the math is done, reach out to me. And I want to build the system in such a way that it covers every use case. But you can tweak these and look over it. I'm not going to teach you how creative financing works. So if this is craziness to you, I would encourage you to look into it, especially if you're just making cash offers. You're probably spending a lot of time going to appointments that are just retail leads and you don't know what to do with them aside from maybe refer them to a realtor. Now that you have this tool, you might as well throw in some terms offers. You're just going to get more deals done. So anyways, we can generate contracts and documents. So just for fun, I'm going to do, let's do the MAO breakdown. So for those of you who are getting into real estate for the first time and you're trying to learn how to calculate offers, this is a good document for that. It'll show you how you can run the numbers from top to bottom to figure out what your offer price would be, or your MAO at least, as a wholesaler. So that's that number here. Additionally, I'm going to do the newspaper deal flyer, and then I'll probably do the multi-tier terms offer and maybe the owner finance balloon, just so you can sort of see what's inside. So here's the newspaper flyer. So the idea behind this was like, if you go to real estate clubs, everyone's got, their deals up on some kind of, board, and they all kind of look lame. And this is kind of an interesting way to get people to catch your eye. It looks a little bit like a newspaper, right? So it's got the street view in there. And yeah, so it's another thing for you. And then let's do the owner finance balloon offer. So this is just the one offer, and it's using this first one here. So I should say this now. And if you watch the templates video and you see where I talk about the style guide, this section has its own set of variables, and these sections have their own set of variables respectively. So let's look at what we got here. So here's the balloon offer. Imagine walking into an appointment and you've got something like this. Remember, the market value here is 288. So do you think it's going to catch the eye of the seller when you're offering them? I probably shouldn't try to do this math in my head, but something like 60,000 more than what they're asking. Probably. And, you pair it with a lease option exit and you're good to go. But it does give you the accumulated 5-year balloon balance total, including interest, the purchase price, total interest paid. Yeah. So there's also a little amortization chart here for you. And lastly, just because I think you probably should be using this one for everything, the multi-tier offer, it just gives you 4 different options for the seller. So here's the offer 1, offer 2, offer 3, and notice how the down payment increases, but the interest rates go down. So we're at 6%, 5%, 4%, and the monthly payments go down, right? So the idea behind this is to push the seller towards a 0% down situation. That allows you to collect the down payment from the tenant buyer and keep it. And it'll be a little bit tighter on the cash flow, but you still get the benefits of the appreciation. So, and you also have a cash offer, right? So that's that. And then you got some amortization schedules. The way I'd recommend using these is you're going to want to tell the seller that you don't want to take a prepayment penalty. And the reason is that there's a chance your tenant buyer is going to cash you out before their lease is over. And you want to show the seller how much money they'll make at the end of every year if you were to cash them out, say at month 12. So look over the style guide if you're like, how do I make this? How can I make this work for me? How can I, change it up, change the wording? Watch the video I have on templates and I'll explain how. But yeah, so that's really all there is to the system. This shifts, you got your templates, your properties, and your account. Like I said earlier, if you have a use case here that you want the system to cover, please let me know. I'm seriously available, and I want to include whatever you want to make offers for automatically. The goal of this tool is to streamline the offer creation process in your business. So, let me know if there's something that I can do to make it more democratic for your use case. So anyways, best of luck, and let me know if you have any questions.